when he exited his home, he was at least 9 to 10 feet from a 7-foot tall brick gate. He was not armed with knives. And I'm going to repeat that again. He was not armed with knives. He was never a threat to anyone. In the midst of them telling us that he was going to be shot with beanbags and plastic bullets, I trusted and I believed that that's what it was going to be. So when I heard all the shots and the commotion and this and that, I'm not going to just say heard, I was there. I witnessed it. All the shots and the commotion. And the next thing I see is my child falling to the ground. I'm thinking he's all right. I had the least bit of knowledge that this had even occurred. So I say, I've seen him be put in the ambulance. And I saw him rushed off. And I just was okay. I felt like it was okay. Because of the bean bags and the rubber bullets. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Just take your time. That's what did it explain it?
I can tell you what I saw. I was on the other side of the fence, like on an angle of my fence, and I saw Jairon walk out of the house, rubbing his eyes and nose, just like you said, with his hands. Jairon got about, like I said, about 10 feet from the front gate, and he fell. And they say they were going to shoot him with rubber bullets or beanbag. So I was still kind of skeptical when he fell. So within a minute or two, they had took Jairon out, put a neck brace on him, took him out and put him in the ambulance. At that moment, I ran in my front gate. I looked for blood. I got in that yard and I looked for blood. There was not one drop of blood on the ground. So I was sort of at ease, and there was definitely no knives in that yard. I went there, I'm talking about within a minute and a half at the most, and there was no blood and definitely no knives in that yard.
So you just must, because he was, obviously he was shot, so I mean, it just, you missed the blood. Or
I ain't missed the blood. No, there was no blood in that yard. There was no blood in that yard.
So what does that, what does that mean then,
He had on heavy clothing, so I
Okay.
believe when he was bleeding, it was within his clothing.
It
Like he said, he went to the gate, and he came back and told me, he said, Josh, there no blood on the ground, and so just.
So we assume he was still alive.
Yeah, even though 2 police officers that was out there was telling the whole neighborhood and told me specifically, like, it's rubber bullets and Beaver Joshua will knock him down, because it was one of the first 3 people to respond. Is one that kept speaking to me. So, like she said, when Jairon fell, it scared me because I ran up to the yard also. It just looked like somebody knocked him out. So, the whole time, and it just, what gets me is that, hours go by and we under this false pretense that, Jairon all right, he's just going to get treated for bruises, not even knowing that my brother been dead the whole time. And it's like, so when we was going to find out, it's just a bunch of deception. And another thing I don't like is how they put it to where, Jairon was in immediate threat to anybody. The SWAT team was outside of the front yard, and with that gate closed, you cannot even get in that period, at all. And you've been down there before, so it's just there's this idea that they putting out as far as Jairon was supposed to threat to anyone is false. It's totally false.
He had knives
they're on
in
2
his
different
hand.
sides of a gate that's taller than me. So, tell me how it's possible, And that's what bothers me the most. Don't put out lies, if anything. They still breathing and putting out lies. My brother's not here.